bronche. That's how we say brunch.
Here's to the ladies who say basic with their lunch. Be a queen.
Be a boss.
Ladies who brunch and pop it off.
Hey, we pop and pop it off. We pop.
All right. The episode's about to start.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ladies Who Bronche. I am Julissa.
What's good, everybody? This is Skittles.
And this week, I am so excited to finally have these lovely, badass bitches. I hope you know I mean that in the most loving,
respectful way.
Honored.
Yes.
Non-corporate girls, who the fuck are you?
Boop, boop.
Ayana. So my name is Ayana, and I'm the co-founder of Non-Corporate Girls.
And I'm Delilah. I'm the co-founder of Non-Corporate Girls.
And we are literally where the 9 to 5 and the 5 to 9 meet. And what does that mean? Everything in the middle.
Basically, like, we run the gamut.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about how you guys came up with the concept of non-corporate girls.
Yeah, this story is really good. So it happened.
So once upon a time at Bandcamp. So basically, me and Delilah were working in toxic environments a couple of years back, and we all can relate to that, right?
Yes.
And we would be on G-Chat as each other's accountability partners, and we would just be venting all the time. And we were like, damn, like somebody else has to relate to this than us. Like, we can't be the only ones talking about the same thing.
Right.
So we went to an event one day, and a girl was like, hey, what do y'all do? And you know, it's always a spiel when you're slashy. I do 80 things under the sun.
Like, what you want to do today?
Right. So I kind of joked. It was like, oh, you know, we're kind of like the non-corporate girls. And we were like, oh, my God, we've never used that. And then she was like, I've never heard that. And then the next day we were like, let's start a podcast. And that's what we did.
And the podcast.
And so where does your friendship come, like, how did you guys meet?
You can tell us.
So we met like 10 years ago now doing Fashion Week. So we were basically working for a show. And then Ayana, like something happened backstage, and it's like that type of moment where only the people of color get it. You get what I mean? So we connected and locked the eyes. Type of thing. Like it was.
Y'all had a sister moment.
Yes,
Y'all had a
sister moment, and it was just like the beginning.
Yes.
Up until like and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about each of you. So outside of non-corporate girls, give us a little bit of insight of like your backgrounds, the things that you considered your like experts in, things you love.
Yeah, so growing up, I was always told I'm going to be a lawyer because I was very like, I know how to argue a case. I was on the debate team in elementary school. Like, I know how to argue my point. And I was very outspoken since very young. Like, I always had great grades, and the complaint at report card day was, but she talks too much.
Yes.
Me too. You know what I'm saying? And, like, look at where it brought me now.
Yes, I love that. I relate to that so hard.
So, yeah, that's really, like, what my upbringing consisted of. Like, academics was very important. Go to school, college was, like, what is going to be next. Like, there was no option for that. But I was, like, chill, like, you know, got in trouble here and there, but always
Just a little trouble.
You know. Yes. I love that. Yes.
Like me, I could never. Like you would never think it was me.
Right.
But on the low, it might have
was
been.
So like that was kind of like my upbringing, and then then going into my professional role, I guess that talking worked in my favor because then I went into PR. Graduating. You know what I'm saying? You need communication skills. So all that talking like brought me like you know they say when you're young you kind of weed out what it is that you're gonna become later in life.
Yes.
Certain characteristics.
Yes.
Those are mine.
I love that.
And beauty.
Oh, of course. Well, I'm a skincare aficionado.
Yes.
Which your skin looks beautiful.
Yeah, you took in some, you know, dermatology appointment.
We need to call the doctor.
Listen.
Yes, I always like I grew up like having just like acne and stuff. Like my mom doesn't have the best skin, and so like being a teenager, you know, like when it comes to your confidence
And your
levels
skin
and all
is
of
so
that,
important.
It is. So like I used to like pile on makeup to hide it, and then as I educated myself on skincare because makeup wasn't helping it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like understanding that and just seeing that like I am not my makeup.
Right.
So then that kind of took my trajectory into like the work that I became so passionate about. Which
Yes.
is the industry.
Amazing. What about you, Miss Ayana?
Okay, so
The yin to my yang, because now
so she's beauty, I'm fashion, which
Yes.
is kind of how we met behind like Fashion Week and all that stuff. So just see real quick. I grew up and I was always a straight A student, Arista, National Honor Society, all that jazz. I got into a little trouble here and there. And basically, my mom told me in 9th grade that if I didn't want to go to Panama, I had to go to Catholic school. She was like, Panama Catholic school. I was like, I don't speak Spanish.
That is
But
so
pause. I was
drastic.
but-
I have a very similar story. My
But
mom.
they didn't do that with Puerto Ricans because Dominicans stay sending their kids to DR.
Every
They'd be like,
summer.
"Oh, you know how to
They, like,
act?
shipping
Go
you
suffer
out.
a little bit."
Yeah.
Damn. That was my gift. That was my birthday gift. was going
To go to Puerto Rico, ooh, not DR
Yeah.
was punishment. They were like, "Oh, you went to high school in DR?"
Some kids came back worse than when they
Then when they left, all of them.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That,
Yeah.
Right. So, I don't speak Spanish.
Oh,
Don't judge me, but I
damn.
don't.
They would have
I
caught you
know.
out there slipping.
Right. So I went to Catholic school, and then that really was helpful for me because then it like helped me like realize like, oh, I wanted to like be in communication or fashion, and what does that look like? And I really wanted to get away from my mom, so I ended up going to a school upstate, and I ended up majoring in communication when I really wanted to go to FIT. But y'all know how that go. But whatever. Went upstate.
But whatever.
graduated, and came out and just got heavy into communications and advertising for most of my life, and then fashion kept kind of coming in. So I also was a freelancer working like fashion, contributing, being a personal shopper, working back as a stylist and all that jazz. And then I decided I really wanted to get into marketing, and then my career kind of took off into like fashion, beauty, marketing, and that's kind of the space I've been in for a really long time.
That's awesome.
So lit.
Yes.
Yes. So when you guys are out to brunch together, what is your favorite beverage that you're going to be drinking?
A Bellini. I like Bellini. So it's like champagne with like peach nectar.
Yes. Juan loves a peach one. That he
Yes,
makes.
I have a peach recipe that I like, and I'm always saying it to anybody who tells that loves a Bellini. You gotta get yourself some prosecco, a little thing of New Amsterdam peach vodka, and some peach juice. Do the whole bottle of prosecco, the whole bottle of vodka, and a splash of peach.
Nice.
It'll get you lit. It's so good. You
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna try that.
try that out.
Yes.
Sounds delish.
What about you? What you be drinking?
So I like mimosas, but I like strawberry or mango, like not just a
Ooh,
regular mimosa.
yes,
Yes.
exotic, which we failed at today.
No,
Because I was like, well, I don't see no orange juice, but ooh, apple juice. It could be like a cider. And Ayana was like, yeah, I don't do
I don't like apple juice.
Apple cider mimosa.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
essentially.
So when you guys are at brunch, what is your go-to meal? Like, what is your go-to plate?
Well, depending where I go, because I just feel like you can't fuck up a steak and eggs.
Mm.
That was my home fries.
Ooh,
Lit.
steak and eggs.
You gotta try. Every time she answers, I'm like, Calle Ocho has this steak. It's like steak and eggs, but with rice. So good. And it's cause they closed, but apparently they reopened.
inside the hotel.
Central Park,
place.
right? Or
So
Yeah.
they closed that one on 86,
after
and
updating the other location.
now they're on 105.
Okay, I haven't
Oh, I
been.
didn't know
yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah. So they just reopened again, but oh my God.
I gotta try that. I know.
I like anything with eggs, like omelets, etc. I'm not an eggs Benedict person, but I love eggs.
Eggs Benedict, I think, is a hard one for me now. Something I used to like the runny egg thing, and lately it's making me like nauseous.
No,
like it
no,
reminds
no.
me of other things.
Like I want to be cooked.
Yeah.
I'm good on wet. Like I don't like anything like wet.
Like texturized, right? It's
I
just
don't
like
know
a
if it's texturized, but just things that are like wet, like that
Also,
oversaturate. Like I
And
don't know.
wet and then not well seasoned. It's not like it's like a flavorful
Yeah.
like thing that's oozing out. It's very
It's just like blah.
Yeah, it's bland.
yeah. But egg stuff, I'm with you with eggs. I love eggs. Like when we went vegan, that was the only thing I missed dearly was eating eggs.
Wait, so funny story. I didn't eat eggs my whole life up until like 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago.
How? How?
I
missing
make it
out.
through
And
life?
like you don't understand. Like I would go out with friends to brunch, and anytime I got steak and eggs, which was one of my favorite things, I would give someone the eggs for most of my life.
So she would have steak and eggs, but just eat steak.
And potatoes, like
Right, and the home fries, right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wait.
I mean,
but
she said
how?
she didn't like.
I
apples.
think my taste buds changed. Like maybe 3-4 years ago, I did an event and I had double eggs there, and I tried it, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of good." And then I just started eating eggs. It was random, and now I like love eggs. Like everyone in my life is, "What is happening with you?"
Yeah, no, eggs are.
Well, when I was young, I didn't like pancakes. You could not give me a pancake.
Wait,
out.
what?
Yeah.
They're
Wow.
so fluffy.
I've been eating pancakes or avocado.
So y'all.
Avocado, I understand. When I was younger, I didn't really get like why we put this cold
in everything.
on our rice and we
Everything.
Like, I didn't
Now
like
it's
that
like
consistency,
same.
but now I love it.
Yes.
So that I can relate to. When
Yeah,
you
but the
taste
pancakes was weird. Like I.
But now you love pancakes.
No, not love
Oh.
even. Like I could go without it. But I can do it, but like I don't.
Do you
I won't
prefer
order it.
waffle? Do you prefer French
No,
toast?
none of them.
She's a savory girl. She is just a straight up.
She's like the
savory girl.
epitome,
Those
yeah.
things, I read it. I read it. I'm here for it. So tell us then, what is your favorite bochinche topic to talk about over a meal?
Over a meal. I don't know. Like I don't know why we're as old as we are, and it's like who's pregnant. It's like
But
you
let
know
me tell you,
you
out here
know
be
what I'm
getting
talking
pregnant
about?
now.
March is coming, and I have 2 baby showers in the same
It's
day.
like, ay, tú no sabes quién está preñada. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And
People
just
are
like,
really
what?
It's a
having
lot.
babies now. I had this epiphany, and that's how even today I had posted about how like I woke up nauseous before my workout, but I wasn't gonna let me stop me from working out. And then I had to put afterwards, oh, and by the way, I'm not pregnant, because immediately like something in my ear was like, everybody's gonna be like, oh, she pregnant. No, this oven is not functional right now.
But it's just like it's so crazy because you could be however years old and it's always like a thing. Like, you know, it's not in a celebratory way. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, she's pregnant. Like, what does that life mean like now? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just so weird. Like,
Yes.
that's how it is. It's gossipy.
babies. What about you?
I don't know. I think probably like pop culture. It's like a mix between pop culture and then like self-help stuff, like finding that work-life balance, or like being, you know, like with my single friend, like just, you know, about women or yourself, or pop culture.
Pop culture. Tell us a little bit about what it was like going out to eat when you guys were growing up.
Oh my God, it was like a fabulous thing. Like, we would get dressed up.
Yeah.
But it was also like a treat. Like, we grew up simple. Like,
Right.
I wouldn't, like, yeah, poor in retrospect, but not really. I don't know. To me, the definition of poor is just like what you make it. And we always felt rich. Like, you know, the way our family just treated us. But it was always like you get dressed up and you wear your best and you presentable, and it's like, I don't know, it's cool. So for Easter, it was like a big one.
Yeah.
Certain holidays, it was like a big thing. Birthdays, we were all going out to eat.
Yes.
Taz Steak was like one of our favorite restaurants.
Tad's.
Yeah.
Which it closed down. Like,
Throwback.
yeah. And Sizzlers, remember when
Sizzlers.
Sizzlers?
I have several kid pictures inside of Sizzlers.
Yeah, that was like a
spot.
big family like outing. Like, we're going out, Sizzlers.
That
Oh my
was
God.
the spot. Sizzlers. And then in the Bronx, Ponderosa was a spot. Did you ever go to?
I grew up in Brooklyn.
Oh,
I've heard of it though.
yeah, the Ponderosa. Damn. Sorry, it's not worth talking about if ain't nobody.
And there
knows.
was this other like restaurant in Brooklyn. It was like a fusion of like Chinese, kind of like a Flor de Mayo, but it was like our Brooklyn.
Ooh, the
own.
Brooklyn
What is it called?
version.
I can't remember because they ended up closing down. So I think they were half Cuban
Not
or
for
Latino.
okay.
And
Not
then
forgiveness steak, right? Okay.
Mm-mm. It was right off of Myrtle Wyckoff.
Okay.
In
Myrtle
Bushwick.
Wyckoff. I got an X around there.
Oh my God. But yeah, going out to eat. It was like getting dressed. It was like fun. We looked forward to it. It was like family.
That's awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
What about y'all?
I would say the same. Like my dad was really into like going out to dinner, and I felt like every time we went out, there was like a new place. It was like exciting. Me and my sister were also like in dance heavy, so we always had like dance performances and things like that. And we knew after every dance performance there would be a dinner. Like we would go out and we get to dress up and kind of do that.
Yes.
Easter, like there was
Right.
always these times, but there was always like when you're going out like to eat, you're like, ooh, what am I gonna eat today?
Yeah.
Like mommy don't gotta cook. You know, you hype.
Yeah, something different aside from the Spanish
It's like,
food.
even if it buffet.
Mind you, now I'm begging my grandmother to cook the things I didn't want when I was growing up.
Right.
Like, I want arrocito, right?
Yeah, it's like I was saying before. You watch TV shows and you see this like big spread with the stack of pancakes and this like everything, the orange juice and the milk next to each other in pictures and shit. Like, and I would always want that food. And my mom used to have this beautiful like mango spread. Like my mom would feed us, but in my head I'm like, oh no, that's like our food.
That's
I
regular.
want that food. That's regular. So
Right.
even McDonald's, low key, like even when we would go to McDonald's, because my mom was that mom that was like, nah, we not even eating fast food because I cook every single day. You better believe, like you know. So even chicken nuggets and French fries, I'd be mad hyped to eat.
It was
some
like a
fucking chicken
treat.
nuggets and French
Yeah.
fries.
Something
Yes,
different.
Absolutely.